Hey friends, welcome to this deep stretch yoga class. This is a slower paced class, so we're going to melt deeply into these postures. There are no vinyasa, so this is great for all levels. And if you're an advanced student, I do offer advanced options so you can get that deep stretchy feeling that I know that you want. And I'm Kate. I'm so glad that you're here practicing with me. If you are one of my tried and true students and you've practiced with me before, then drop a comment. I love to hear from you. And if this is your first class with me, then welcome. It's so awesome to have you. I think you're going to love this one. We're going to go ahead and get started on our backs. So with control, before you flop down, we're doing everything with a little bit of intentionality today. We'll lower for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel the full imprint of your spine on the floor. So maybe you need to shimmy your shoulders up and your necks up. Your neck, unless you have multiple necks, then it's necks. Come to happy baby. So peace fingers to big toe if you don't have as much mobility or if you're very comfortable here. Hands to your arches. I love starting off with a pose on your back because it allows you to get really grounded, feel very supported. So you can find some side to side rocks here, or maybe straightening of the legs. Find some intuitive movement or some intuitive stillness. Close down the eyes if that's good for you. Soften the forehead, soften the face. Soften the shoulders down onto the mat. And then we'll bring some intentionality to this pose by magnetizing our knees towards the ground. Finding a little bit of energy. A lot of the poses in today's class won't be 100% passive. We'll add some action, some integrity to the pose. Start to straighten one leg and then the other. Just exploring what space you have today. Nice soft face, even breathing. And then straighten the left leg, bring the right knee into your chest, and twist it on over to the left side. The right arm comes out straight from the body and look to the right. Slow down your breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Even more full. Inhale. Exhale. Nice and easy. See if you can bring your knee to the floor and try to magnetize your shoulder, your right shoulder, to the ground. My right shoulder is up probably about 3 inches because I have pretty tight obliques and tight side body from strength training that I do. So if you are like me and you have a shoulder up, or maybe your knee is up, both, then you are not alone. That is very normal. Just work towards getting them both down. 2 more breaths. Inhale back to center, bring the right knee into the chest, hug it in, then straighten the leg all the way up towards the sky. Find that beautiful stretch on the back of the leg. Maybe point and flex the foot. And then switch it out. Right leg out long on the floor, left knee into your chest, give it a nice big hug. Maybe say a little thank you to our legs. They carry us around all day. They allow us to do all this fun, calming yoga stuff. And then bring your left knee over to the right side, twisting it out. Left arm straightens, look to the left. Again, trying to get both the knee and the shoulder onto the floor. Neither of mine are on the floor right now. So I'm making some adjustments, and then I'm going to calm and breathe and work it down. Easy face, no tension in the forehead. Inhale, exhale, in, out. Soften, in, out. One more. Come back to center, bring the left knee into your chest, hug it in, and then extend the left leg to any degree. Breathing easy. Then rock and roll up, maybe a few times, maybe just once, into Navasana boat pose. Little bit of strength. So legs parallel to the floor. You can have them bent or straight, wide through the collarbones, navel in. No doming, bring it in. Contract, contract. Maybe extend the legs a little bit. This strength will help our flexibility. I promise you. Hold for 5, 4. Bring the knees closer to chest. 3, 2, 1. Roll into your yogi squat. Malasana. You don't need to find a still squat. Move side to side, heels can come up. We're exploring our space and creating new space at the same time. Don't ever think you need to go into any specific version of the pose or your deepest expression. Maybe you will today. Maybe you did yesterday and you won't today, and that's fine. This is the practice of accepting where we're at. Reach forward in your squat. Reach up. Plant both hands, extend both legs. Then bend. Back into your squat. Keep the hands on the floor. We'll do this 4 more times. Extend. Bend. Extend. Bend. Extend. Bend. Last one. Extend. Bend. Sink the hips deep. Stay here, or option to take a twist, raising the right hand into the air. Left hand can be on the mat or grabbing the left ankle. If you're twisted, see if you can press your left arm into your left leg. Twist a little bit more. Look up and back. Easy, full breaths. No tension in the face. Then switch it out. Looking up and potentially back, seeing if you can twist a little bit deeper. Come back to a neutral squat, 2 full breaths here. Bring your knees a little bit wider, sink your hips a little deeper, bring the core in. Sit up a little bit taller in the spine. Beautiful. Come into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Feet hips distance apart, or together if that's what you prefer. Inhale the right arm up, left leg is bent. Exhale, close it down. Inhale, switch it out. Left arm comes up, right leg bent. Exhale, come down. Inhale, reach with right. Exhale, come down. Inhale, reach with left. Find your neutral forward fold. Inhale to a half lift. I almost said a flat lift. It's actually kind of accurate, a flat lift. We're not going to change all of yoga. We'll do a half lift. Exhale, forward fold. See if you can get your belly button towards your thighs. Lift your hip bones up, up, up towards the sky. Instead of rounding through the back and pulling through, you can straighten through the spine. Reach. And plant both hands ahead of your feet. Step back into your downward dog. Pedal it out. Make these juicy pedals where you roll over your tiptoes. Press into your hands a lot, so hasta bandha with the hands, meaning you lock through each of the joints of your hands and cup with the palms. Pada bandha with the foot that's down, so you're locking through your foot as well. Uddiyana bandha with the core, meaning your core is on like a corset, sucking into the middle and up, navel towards the spine. Step the feet wide, press the left hand into the middle of the mat, reach the right hand back to the left ankle, twist. Switch it out, right hand plants in the middle of the mat, left hand reaches back. For the right ankle, look up under your arm fold. One more time each side. Switch. Last time. Switch. Find your downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Come up to the tiptoes on your right foot. And exhale, step your left foot gently and silently in between your hands. Back knee comes down, untuck the back foot. Inhale both arms up. Anjaneyasana. Look up towards your hands, sink the hips deep. Both hip bones are like headlights of a car facing forward. Let your hips be heavy. Option to point your hands towards the back of the room. Driving the hips forward, feeling this beautiful opening sensation through the front of the right hip. For 3, for 2, for 1. Hands can come to the mat or try your balance and straighten into your half splits. Hips go back, front leg straightens. Flex your toes back at your face. Move with your breath here as you inhale. Come to a half lift. As you exhale, fold deeper. This always feels like a jellyfish in a wave to me. The expansion brings you up. The contraction brings you down. On your next exhale, as you fold forward, drive your heel into the ground. Pull your left hip back. Find some intentionality in your depth. This is not passive. We're working for our flexibility with love. Sit your hips all the way back. Your left foot will drag back and we'll find our half saddle. So your right knee is still bent and we'll lean all the way back onto our forearms. Maybe you're on your hands. If this is an okay stretch for your right quad, we'll come to elbows. And if you can do it, you can come all the way down. Arms overhead for an added shoulder stretch. Regulating the breath, making sure we're calm, even if a stretch gets intense for us. For 3, for 2, for 1. If you're on your back, come up to your elbows, nice and slow, no rush, getting out of this one. Come up to your hands and rebend into your Anjaneyasana. Tuck the back toes, straighten through both legs, pyramid pose. Inhale to a half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Back foot at a 45-degree angle, your nose tracking over your big toe. Your inhale half lifts. Your exhale folds. So we're playing into deeper space. I want your folds to be intentional. Feel the sensation of the stretch in the back of the leg. For 3. For 2. I almost fell over. It happens. We're building our balance here too. Plant both hands on the inside of the left foot. Walk your left foot to the side of the mat and find your lizard pose, stepping your right foot back. Option to stay with your foot tucked or untuck your back foot and come to your forearms, finding depth in your lizard. If you're on forearms, see if you can reach your hands out in front of you on fingertips. Find more depth. If you're on fingertips, come back up. Press the knee out, press the chest away. Find a flat foot. With your glute and your back hamstring, lift your right foot up towards your booty. Circle your left arm around, grab the foot, and pull the foot towards your body. Nice quad stretch. And without slingshotting, release your back foot. Find another few breaths in your lizard pose. If you would like to change this into the splits where you just straighten your front leg, go ahead and do so. Play with dipping your chest forward or coming straight up. Maybe with the next few breaths, you kick your right foot up. Maybe a little mermaid play, maybe not. Then everyone meets in lizard pose. Tuck the back foot. Reach the left arm up, right hand down. Find dragonfly. Make this active by coming to your fingertips. See how just coming to your fingertips makes you work so much harder. Your legs more activated, navel in towards your spine. Maybe you float your right hand off the mat. For 3, for 2, for 1. Both hands plant, step back into downward facing dog. 2 full breaths. Press through your hands. Press your chest through your knees. Inhale your right leg up. Tiptoes on the left foot. Exhale, step silently. Your right foot forward between your hands. Back knee touches down, untuck the back toe. Inhale both arms up as your hips sink forward and down. Allow them to be heavy. Reach your hands up a little higher. Maybe you point your fingers towards the back of the room, turning this into a bit of a back bend. For 3, for 2, for 1. Hands can meet the mat or test your balance with no hands and send your hips back into half splits, straightening through the front leg. Right toes point back towards your face. And find your jellyfish movements with your breath as you inhale, half lift, expand. As you exhale, find depth. Press into your right heel while you drag the right hip back. All of this creating more sensation. We breathe through it with ease. For 3, for 2, for 1. Sit your hips all the way back down towards the mat. Your right foot will drag back with you. We'll find our half saddle. So you can just lean back on your hands. Maybe that's enough sensation today. Or find your forearms. Or come all the way down, so long as the knee doesn't come off the mat. If you're all the way down, arms overhead, breathe. Easy face, big nourishing breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Out. On your own. Slow, 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 like honey. Come up. If you're on your back, you come to forearms. Take a breath there. And then come to hands. And then rebend into your Anjane Asana. And tuck the back toe, straighten through both legs. Pyramid pose. Back foot at a 45-degree angle, your nose tracking over your right toe. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. With your breath, find your depth with each exhale. See if you can really get your nose to your shin or past it. Last one. Bend through the front leg, walk your right foot off to the side of the mat and step your left foot back to lengthen and find your lizard pose. Keep the foot tucked, find a little buoyancy here. And you can stay with the foot tucked or untuck the foot and find depth on your forearms. Keep the foot flat for now. If you're on forearms, straighten one hand and see if you can straighten the other hand. Find more depth. Breathe. Easy face. Come on up, just so that you can come to the knife's edge of your foot. Your right hand presses into your right knee, your chest away from your knee. Find a flat foot. Engage the glutes on the left side and the hamstrings. Kick the left foot up first, then circle your right hand back and pull the foot in towards your body. Easy face, big breaths. If your nervous system is calm, your body will know it's safe for you to open into new space. Without slingshotting the foot, release and re-find your lizard. 5 breaths here. If you would like to straighten into your splits, find them now. Any variation, maybe you kick back your left leg up towards your body, or you find active flexibility where you dip your chest towards your left leg, then come up maybe with no hands. Maybe you try just fingertips if this is a new movement for you. Really testing to see where we're at today. One more breath here. Everyone meets in lizard. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee, plant the left hand, right hand reaches up. Come to fingertips on the left hand. See how that automatically engages your legs. Navel in towards the spine. Maybe you lift the left hand for 3, for 2, for 1. Plant both hands, step back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. 2 full breaths here. Press your chest towards your knees. Drop your right knee. Left leg comes out long, 90 degrees, right out from the hip. Walk the hands forward. Find a one-legged puppy. We'll find little cat-cows here to find a little additional space. So it'll be more restricted than a regular cat-cow. Just go with it. Inhale, look up. Ribs drip towards the mat. Hip bones go up and wide. Exhale, chin to chest, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up and release your chest towards the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See if you can do this staying in puppy pose. Bring your left foot in and extend your right foot out. We'll find those same cat-cows. So come out of it a little bit, look up, inhale, hips rise, exhale, chin to chest, round. Inhale, look up, exhale, round. Inhale, look up, exhale, round. Inhale, look up, and drop your chest towards the mat. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly walk the hands back. Take a seat in the middle of your mat, facing the long edge of your mat. We'll find our straddle pose. So legs as wide as comfortable. Walk out your sit bones. Just find a little bit more space here. This is going to make your body feel comfortable in this pose as we find a little bit more depth in a moment or two. Maybe your walkouts gets a little bit more dramatic as you sway from side to side. Maybe they get even more theatrical as you add your arms in, reaching from toe to toe. Moving with your breath sweetly. And you can stay here. If this feels very intuitive and feels good for you, then keep with your sways and reach. Option to hold on to a foot if you can manage, and twist your chest skyward. I start with my foot flexed when I first grab it. It makes it a little bit easier. Then after a few breaths, I point my foot. Slowly release, come up, other side. Sides will be different. This one is a little less flexible, a little less open for me. Beautiful. Come up to center and fold forward. Straight down the line. See if you can keep your knees facing towards the sky to keep that external rotation. For 3, for 2, for 1. Beautiful. Come up nice and slow. Help your knees together. And we'll come up onto our knees. We'll take a little back bend, finding any variation of camel. So hips over knees, engage the navel towards the spine, engage the glutes and the quads. You can go as deep as you'd like here. So maybe you reach the left hand up and you're looking up and this is it. Or you can reach your left hand more towards the back of the room, hand on a block or hand on your heel as you press your hips forward and reach your hands back. Left hand only right now. Slowly come up. The neck is the last thing to straighten. Sit back in between your feet. 2 breaths. Nice. Come up over your hips again. Align your hips over your knees, navel in, right hand up, look up. We start here and you can always stay here or point your right hand back towards the back of the room. Maybe your left hand finds a block or your heel. Pressing your hips forward, forward, forward. Option to have both hands pointed towards the back of the room, only if you have the strength to come back up. For 3, for 2, for 1. The neck is the last thing to come up. Sit between your heels. Let everything settle. Reverence for the back bend. Stillness and full breath. Find a child's pose at the back of your mat. Any variation, it can be knees together or knees apart. It can be hands overhead, or if you need it, hands behind the body. After a back bend, I like knees together, hands behind the body. A few breaths here. Our final pose. A humble one, a sweet one. Feeling all the space and energy we've created in our body. Feeling reverence for our mobility. And grateful to take the time to practice and enhance it, knowing that it's good for both our body, our mind, our spirit. Our friends and family, we can show up better for them when we take better care of ourselves. A true act of love. I encourage you to stay here as long as you can, or you can find a shavasana. Namaste, sweet friends. I will see you on the mat soon.